More than 3,000 patients in Kent and Medway have been recalled by the NHS for extra tests. It's because their original samples were not properly tested, processed or reported to local GPs. The confusion follows the decision to combine pathology services last year at hospitals in Gillingham and Dartford. Well, in January, 99 blood and urine samples weren't processed, meaning those patients had to be recalled. In February, 178 samples weren't even opened, and some had to be rejected as a consequence. And since June, 10 serious incidents have been declared, meaning patients may have suffered harm as a result of the delays.
So it's very worrying, and one doesn't want to scaremonger on the one hand, but I do think it's very incumbent upon this new service and upon the Royal College of Pathologists to really get to the bottom of what's happened here, who's been affected, put that right, but also put this system right, because this is a function that the NHS has done for many years. I've never come across problems with it before, and if this new service is going to run efficiently, then what's gone wrong so early on in its provision really needs to be got to the bottom of and put right going forward.
So what's the scale of the problem? Well, since June, almost 3,300 patients have been recalled and more than 2,400 people have been retested. There have been particular problems, though, in immunology, where nearly 7,000 test results weren't reported back to GPs.
Also, because results have been delayed, diagnosis and treatment may have been delayed, and in a small number of circumstances, some errors have actually potentially put their life at risk. I'm not aware of any serious harm happening, but if problems continue like the way they are, then there is a danger that will happen at some point.
Well, our health correspondent Mark Norman joins me now. And Mark, of course, these hospitals carry out tens of thousands of tests, don't they? So how significant is this?
Well, you can imagine patients, families sitting at home waiting for the results of their tests, only to get a letter from the NHS saying, sorry, we messed up, you're going to have to start all over again. Bearing in mind their treatment, their care is based on the results of those particular tests. In September, we heard of 2,500 patients recalled. Today, 3,300, so it's actually getting worse. Labs not being accredited for a period of time, labs running out of essential equipment. And now this review into patients, whether or not they were harmed. And it's hard to see how patient care was not impacted in some way, Natalie.
So what response have you had from the pathology service?
Well, they point out that this review is going to take place, though it hasn't actually started yet. They say that they've apologised to patients, prioritised those that are important, identified and declared incidents, and of course say patient safety is an absolute priority. I think the big concern is they want to amalgamate the whole of pathology across Kent and Medway, not just North Kent and Medway. If they can't get this bit right, though, how are they going to get that service right? And that's the concern of health professionals tonight.